had a roof over his head.
The cause.
If we cannot trust you, then you cannot take the ticket of this country. Good thing cannot be divulged from those who cause the crime. Honestly.
The passion.
You must have national spread. So where is it?
Why are you so concerned about that? He said money was...
I never...
No.
The platform is always the same.
Insight on Citizen FM 93.7.
The source is constant.
My name is Lawrence Umoite.
There is always an opportunity.
Tomorrow Insight returns with another interesting...
Insight with Lawrence Umoite on Citizen 93.7 FM Abuja. Be part of the experience.
I say get out of my house. And we don't get out. He go hard you. If you make a 10 slap on me, something go scatter in the walk on the air, I'm shingam Nika do it, me do it, Atavi.
And Banev, the year in Kwayan Shingam Pagachi, do me sit to my myongo, he at the Utiv Sha Itioki Citizen FM 93.7. Gadioka Shin or one and Banev Kwa, Ngwankwa, Mashi Henen Kwachi, Amacho Tom, Ihemion Danza Aqua, aha, Ati Utichi, Kati Wasi, Sha Itioki Citizen FM, Ati Utichi.
Nation of our dream. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Make we join our hearts to build a nation of our dream. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Yeah. Your problem is my problem and my joy is your joy. Citizen FM, Citizen FM. Shiki, shiki.
Gentlemen, welcome to Super Citizen at Sunset on Citizen FM 93.7. This is the fun-packed radio show you heard about.
I bet it crossed your mind. Stay connected to the Super Citizen Show as we enjoy a great radio experience on 93.7 Citizen FM Abuja. It's the full package.
We just got started. It's a Monday, the first work day of the week. It's technically the week started yesterday, but because it's one of the days you just chill back and rest. A lot of times people just consider their weeks to begin on Mondays. Okay, cool stuff, whatever rocks your boat, so long as you are able to get up and do what you need to do when you need to do it. 5:09, that's what the time is. How's the day coming? I wouldn't believe you're rounding off now. But of course, we need to put into cognizance people who don't necessarily follow the, what we call a regular schedule. Some people is 5 jobs. You wake up in the morning, take a bath, get to work till 5 p.m. and then you round things off, or even 4 for federal government staff, people like that. But there's also this batch of people who start their day during evenings. Like, they're legit hustlers, so don't get me wrong. The people who really, really, really are legit. people who work at bars, people who work at restaurants, for instance, people who do different jobs. There were people who even work international jobs, for instance. They have to work with the time zone of their home country, so to speak. So I need to put those people into consideration and say, hey, I hope your day is coming great. You may have slept all day. You may have slept like all day and you're just about getting started. I wish you a great day ahead. I hope that your dreams come true, and I hope that things that you set your heart to do actually get done. Okay, 22nd of May, 2023. It's another great day in Nigeria. A lot of things are going on at the same time. We're seeing the Presidential Fleet Review of 2023, Nigerian Navy. That's happening in Lagos right now. It's been on for a few hours. Yeah, maybe we'll be looking at that story, just maybe. And finally, Dangote Refinery, it has taken off. And very interesting information I have for you about it. It's really exciting. It's something a lot of us have been looking forward to, a lot of Nigerians. But of course, for people who like to go on and on and on and on about how that this is a game changer for Nigeria, I always like to remind people, I hope you realize that this is another private venture. And private ventures are expected to make profits. It's not poverty alleviation scheme. So brace up, man. But yes, things will not be the way they used to be. We need to look at the bright side of everything. Job opportunities that will be created, how ease of doing business when it relates to refineries in Nigeria and all of those. But also know that this is still a business that is still open, very open to dollar and naira going up and down. Yes, it's still very much a product of that. So we need to always put that in mind every single time when we want to go on and on about Dangote refineries. But hey, thankfully, it is taking off today. And that's not all. We're even hearing updates from ASU. Emmanuel Osodeke is ASU chairman again, once again. And it happened at Unichos. Oh my God. Yeah, that's it. My alumni. So you can understand my sentiment. I am Didi, and I want to welcome you to the show this evening. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Love you loads. And I'm sure you know that we're going to be having a great time. I'll be with you until 7 p.m. From now, non-stop until 7. So everything that'll be happening from here on your stereo would be as directed by me. And I'm hoping that it's going to be worth a while. Okay, usually it is. If you're a first-time listener, I want to welcome you on board and promise you that, yes, you are on the right dial, 93.7 Citizen FM. My ardent listeners, I love you every day. I love you. Never gets old. Between now and 5:30, I'll be telling you interesting things about this day, May 22. Right. Some of the things that are happening now, some of the things that we're still marking, and some of the things that happened in history. Yeah. I came across an information earlier. Maybe if I am in the mood, just maybe I'll share. Otherwise, I don't know, man. I don't know. But something very interesting I saw. Roman Emperor. If you are a lover of history as I am, if you follow those historical figures and names like Emperor Constantine, you may know about him. After Queen Cleopatra of Egypt had her runnings with Julius Caesar, and eventually, what's the other guy's name again? She dated 2 guys now from Rome that year. She dated one died. Then the next one that came on, Julius Caesar. What's it called? Mark Antony. I forget that name. So those 2 guys. After that runnings, where there were even speculations that he had to fetch like shipload of sand from Egypt to Turkey for her to be able to visit, and all of that love story that happened and all of that. I have become particularly interested in Roman history, and of course even taking dressing from the evolution of theater in the world, from Greece rather to Roman theater and all of those. It also affords me an opportunity to love Roman history, so you can understand when I am when I'm like, oh my God, it's Roman history. Anyway, so Roman Emperor Constantine I, he was baptized on this day in 1337, like 337 rather, in 337. He's actually known as Constantine the Great. Okay, so I'll tell you why. He had practiced Christianity since his youth and even sparked its growth in a world religion, and it became one of his deathbed. The first Roman emperor to be baptized in the Christian church. That's one of the reasons why he became very popular now. So now you know, right? Johnny Carson! You remember that weirdo with the hair? The gray hair. Right. He's an American comedian, considered by many to be king of late night television. Anyway, he made his final appearance as host of The Tonight Show on this day in 1992. Adolf Hitler. Yeah. The Adolf Hitler of Germany. Well, on this day in 1939, him alongside Benito Mussolini of Italy, they signed the Pact of Steel. That was a full military and political alliance between their countries. That's between Italy and Germany. That happened on this day in 1939. Okay, what else do I have? In 1849, president, so he could be referred to as future U.S. President Abraham Lincoln. He was granted a patent for a boat-lifting device. Guess what? He was the only U.S. president to have a patent. That happened on this day in 1849. So let's come back to Africa for a bit, shall we? You know how I'm very particular about Africa? Yeah. Info, stuff, music, vibes, everything Africa. Arthur Conan Doyle. You may have heard about him. You know why? You know why I think you may have heard about him? Ever watched anything on the Sherlock Holmes series? Okay. He's actually known for writing the Sherlock Holmes crime novel series, the one that, got made into movies and all of those. Well, although he was actually born in Edinburgh, in Scotland, he spent a very long time in South Africa during the Second Anglo-Boer War. Do you know he was actually a trained medical doctor, like a doctor? And so because people read his works in literature, a lot of people thought he was given to art more than he was given to science. But guess what? He was a trained medical doctor. The writer of Sherlock Holmes was actually a trained medical doctor. He graduated from Edinburgh University in 1881, and thanks to his qualification, he was sent to South Africa in 1900 to serve as a medic for the British troops during that Anglo-Boer War. Anyway, today would have been his birthday, 22 May 1859. So, posthumous birthday to him. Ever read his works or watched any one of his movies? You would relate. So, posthumous birthday to him again. So, let's come back. Please. That's too old in time, right? Let's come back to now. What's happening now? International Day for Biological Diversity. Tell you what, this day is dedicated to making Earth a place where all creatures can, not just survive, but also thrive. So that's why it's International Day for Biological Diversity. For people who have folks in Canada, you could call them up today. You know why? Because it's actually Canadian Immigrants Day. So people who migrated to Canada, it's the day when they just celebrate them. Have you ever really considered buying a musical instrument? This is the day you can just randomly buy a musical instrument. It's a day that is set aside to motivate you to create beautiful melodies with a brand new instrument. So it doesn't matter what you had before. You could just buy something. It doesn't have to be expensive. I didn't say you should go and buy a full, what's it called? Keyboard, piano, or whatever. I'm just saying buy something, a musical instrument. Could be a what? Anything. Let me not give you a... Okay, are you a boss lady? It's your day. It is Boss Babes Day for people who are boss ladies. Oh, I didn't say people that sell on WhatsApp. People that are actually... No shades, please. No shades intended. But the thing is, it is boss lady thing. It's been too overflogged. A lot of people just decide, oh, okay, I like the idea of being a boss lady, being called a boss lady. I get it, right? I get the whole, is it fake it till you make it now? Or live your reality, even though it has not manifested, whatever the explanation is. Well, for this moment, at this time, in this moment, I'm talking to the real boss babes, right? The ones who are owning their own and doing their own. Okay, I'm not talking about people who are boss ladies during the day and they ask for, you know what I mean? Please don't put me in trouble. I know you know what I mean. Julie, are you listening to me? My name is Julie. Here's to you. So it's Julie Day for people who are. I have a cousin called Julie. Juliana. That's her own full name. There are arguments that Julie is not Juliana. Whatever. I'm not even going to get into that with you. If you're Julie Shah, that's your day today. Okay. So celebrate yourself. Celebrate yourself. Paloma. You know, for people who watch them, Paloma and Diego, they will not understand that there is the thing called Paloma, not the one that acted in that series, Second Chance. I think that's Second Chance, right? I think there's a Paloma and Diego different. But they were the same actors, right? Because I watched one that they were the same actors, but two different series altogether. The same guy, same girl, same love story, wanting. Anyway, World Paloma Day is celebrated on May 22. Okay, so I'll tell you about it. It's a drink. It's a cocktail. It's actually a very delicious cocktail from Mexico. All things being equal, it is amazing. Yeah, so the drink is called Paloma. So, to highlight the launch of Paloma, World Paloma Day, so they also introduced the Paloma Bar pop-up on the parade organized to commemorate the day with a bang in 2019. So the celebrations were taking up a notch in 2020 by the tequila brand Jose Cuervo as they launched a charitable cocktail for World Paloma Day. So what is so special about Jose Cuervo's Paloma? You know, it's actually the fact that it's a bottled beverage and was released to provide people with a cocktail at home. You don't have to get to a bar to, feel that cocktail vibe. So this move was also taken, keeping in mind the spread of COVID-19 during the time. Remember the year I just called, I said in 2020. So they thought about how what COVID was doing, restriction of movement and all of those. People couldn't go to bars. So they just put it in beverage bottles. And you could buy and just go home and have the cocktail vibe. So that was how, this thing got popular. So now you know. So if you're craving a yummy drink today, you could head to somewhere, maybe a good place that they make really good cocktails, and just ask for Paloma. It doesn't have to be those weirded named ones every single time. I have some names in my head, but I'm not going to call them. I won't call them out. Some names are just objectified, if you know what I mean. 5:22, that's the time. So I'll just take the last one for today. Call it a wrap. Take a break. Come back and come tell you what's happening around the country at this time. Okay, and then you can also call me up and talk to me. And yes, you can also send in your voice. Pardon me. You can also send in your WhatsApp messages. That's what I wanted to say. Okay, the last one. This one is very touchy. If you're pregnant right now, you may understand what I'm talking about. It is Preeclampsia Day for people who are pregnant. Again, this is a very relatable subject, especially if you have had conversations with your doctors, or if you may be in your second trimester or even third, you are prone to having something called preeclampsia. Is related to hypertension, blood pressure rising, and all of those. Did you know that this disease affects roughly 76,000 mothers and about 500,000 newborns every year? So the idea of Preeclampsia Day is to increase awareness about this potentially fatal pregnancy condition. Okay? If you never heard about it and you're pregnant, you can thank me later. I'm doing this for you, bringing you up to speed, telling you that something like that exists, and you should take precautionary moves. If you go to antenatal at places where you don't have loud conversations about these things, or they don't even remember to tell you about them, please ask questions. What do you have to do to avoid preeclampsia? Some people are prone to it, some people are not. Okay? Second trimester, don't forget. second trimester going on third. From week 20 thereabout, you're beginning to get prone to it, so you need to put things in place. Okay, so that'll be the last one I'll be mentioning today. It is actually World Pre-Eclampsia Day. Fortify yourself with information, because the more informed you are, the less likely you are to run into trouble. Okay? And you know what's even more funny? The fact that simple, routine prenatal checks can tell you what is or what is not wrong with you. It can, recognize pre-eclampsia is even what makes it all the best. So it's better that you check, that you know. When they say check your blood pressure, do check, okay? Alrighty, people, I'll be back in a bit. Citizen FM 93.7, 5:25. That's what the time is. And at this time, I want to ask you, what shall we do?
Citizen FM Abuja. 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 Citizen FM Abuja.
Tell you what about the song. It actually was sung in 3 languages. Todi is in Shona, and Senzeni, that's in Bele. And then what shall we do? As you can know, is already English. They all mean the same thing, asking what shall we do. The song was released around, 98 now? 97, thereabouts? Yeah, early 1990s. The peak period for HIV and AIDS. And the idea of the song was to briefly, but very accurately, capture the trials and tribulation of the society, of individuals, or even of the society, of a family during the pandemic. There's a special place in my heart for this song. In fact, for Zimbabwe, particularly in Southern Africa. Very, very small but beautiful city. I like it a lot. I like it. Umzikilazi. Oh my God. From east to west, I promise you, Africa is just a beauty. Citizen FM 93.7.
What shall we do? What shall we do? Shina Wanza say, Upinywane wa ugere naye. Kadi wina wo, utachi wana. Shina Wanza say, Upinywane aga pisa puma. Kadi wina wo, utachi wana. Achiziva unawo, utachi wana.
That's what the time is. Alrighty, I see a message is coming through. Hey, where is it? I don't see it. It's incoming, but I can't take your calls. I'm wondering why. Sorry, man. It's not even about me right now. I think you should just send me a WhatsApp message, okay? Good evening. How are you, Didi? How was your weekend? Okay, hope your weekend went well. Welcome to the mic. Thank you. Thank you. I don't know. Your message just makes me feel a certain type of way, like blushing shy or something. My weekend was good, though. It was good. It was long. Very uneventful. Not like really uneventful, but the events were very limited. So just, it was there, Joe. Welcome. Thank you. So in Canada, today is Migration Day. It's not Migration Day, okay? Let me explain. It is Immigrants Day, Canadian Immigrants Day, okay? And the message did not stop there. It says, please, any ideas on what migrants are supposed to do today? Okay. and celebrate the fact that they were able to migrate successfully, for instance, that they didn't have visa issues. Is that something to celebrate? Some people really want to get out of a particular place. They just want to. Sometimes it's for personal reasons, sometimes for economic reasons, sometimes for education. Sometimes they just want to get out of a place and get into another place. Sometimes they just want to have a breath of fresh air or a different air altogether. So whatever your reason for migrating is, if you're able to successfully migrate, I think it's something to celebrate, right? Right? You get it, right? So I think basically that's the idea. If you're able to move from a place unhindered, if you know the number of people who try to migrate every day and are unable to for whatever reason. Some people even go as far as seeking asylum, political asylum, whatever asylum, and they don't necessarily need it, but it's just because they just want to get out of a space. They want to leave there and go into another space. They go the extreme just to be able to secure a visa. So I think on Immigrants Day, people should just be able to celebrate the fact that they're able to cross borders and are able to live the life that they want, maybe for better jobs or for better opportunities or whatever your reason is. I hope that makes sense. Okay, 5:35. Let's see what's happening across Nigeria at this time. So, of course, if you live in Nigeria, if you do live in Nigeria, you would by now have heard about Dangote refineries. In fact, you don't even have to live in Nigeria. For people who are interested in anything that concerns Nigeria, you would have heard about Dangote refineries, Dangote Petroleum Refinery. Oh, it's coming. It took 5 years, actually, for us to get here to see the launch today. So that went down today. I tell you, I'm so excited, as I said already. I'm so excited because I'm looking forward to great opportunities open for us as a people. But hey, don't get so excited. Again, it's a private business. Okay? Don't carry your frustration from the government and go and be expecting from Dangote Refinery. It is it's an individual business. They have goals. They have, targets. They have, everything that is typical of a private individual's business. You now, if you own a business, I hope you know that you have expectations of the business. And one of them is that it is supposed to make profit, right? But yes, as a people, we are excited that this is our own. This is in Nigeria. And this will, of course, help us a great deal through whatever frustrations we've been going through in the country, through refineries in the country, and no one has been able to work effectively for us. Administrations have come and gone, but there have been excuses, there have been reasons. And no, it's not like they sat down and said, no, we didn't have money, that's why it's not working. No, monies are being pumped into Nigerian refineries, all three of them, but for whatever reason, they're unable to work. Kaduna, Port Harcourt. See, you will just leave me alone. Anyway, let's just get back to it. The one that was launched today. I like that it is pretty huge. Covers, from the information I saw earlier, I think it's about 3 times the size of Victoria Island. This one is actually in Ibeju, in Lagos State. Approximately 2,635 hectares. 2,635 hectares. Did you hear that? That's how large it is. So we're even expecting that employment is going to be massive there. What's the number I heard about? Number of engineers, that are skilled workers, just engineers that they need there. About 2,000 something engineers. I'm not even talking about the hands that they need, the extra hands, or even indirect employment that is going to come off from that side, food sellers and all of those other people there. It's actually designed for 100% Nigerian crude with flexibility to produce other crudes, and we're really looking forward to full-scale production. At full capacity, it can meet 100% of the Nigerian requirement for all refined products and even have surplus or export. Did you hear that? Even surplus for export. Let's see. Let's just be seen. Let's be seen very well, because again, this is great news. I even hear that about there's going to be training for about 900 young engineers in refinery operations abroad. So they're going to send them abroad to get the right training, and then they come back. Mechanical engineers, some of them have been trained in the GE University in Italy. Process engineers also been trained in Honeywell UOP for 6 months. It's great. Do you know that it's one of the few companies in the world that's executing a petroleum refinery and a petrochemical complex directly as an engineering, procurement, and construction contractor? What else do we want, man? Wishing him all the best. Here is cheers to growth. Here is cheers to expansion into development. It's not easy, Ojari. Okay, so that has been going on. We'll be bringing you inserts and further details of this from Lagos in our news bulletin. That will be coming up top of the hour, 6 o'clock. So stay with us. But that's not the only thing that's happening. That's one of the major things happening in Nigeria right now. The president was there, and of course, a lot of other dignitaries. Akufo-Addo of Ghana was there. Other African leaders too were at the launch, but some of them had to leave early because there were other engagements. For instance, the president of Nigeria, he had to attend the Presidential Fleet Review 2023. That's of the Nigerian Navy. Still happening, still going on right now. That's happening in Lagos too. This weekend is very busy across Nigeria. Lagos. And then in a few days' time, we'll also be doing the handing over ceremony, inauguration, the new administration and everything. Yeah, that's happening on the 29th of May, 2023. I'm hoping you're counting down. Speaking of which, please ensure that you stick with the news, okay? We'll be bringing you update on some roads that will be closed during the period. From, I think, 25th, some roads will not be open to the public anymore. There will be roadblocks here and there until the event, until the grand finale on the 29th of May. It's going to be a few days event, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, 29th, like a full week. It's 5 days now. So 5 days is a week. It's not necessarily 7 days. Okay, 5 working days. But it's not going to be just working days now. So stay with us, okay? I'll be telling you the areas, and of course, not just on my show, on other shows as well. We'll be telling you here on Citizen FM 93.7 the roads that you can take, the roads that would be cordoned off during the period. It started, we told you about it here on Citizen FM, on my show, particularly on Super Citizen at Sunset, and I think it's only fair that we give you an update, okay? So remember that time resident doctors said they were going on strike? The story broke on the Monday of that week, and then I told you that on Wednesday of that week they would take off strike. So efforts were made to have conversations. There were raw end nerves stirred up. Some people walked out, and it was like a stare down, like, okay, sure, you want to try me, Abi? Federal government say, oh yeah, try now, go and employ a doc staff. Resident doctor said, hey, oh yeah, let's see now. It was like real face off. Yes, I didn't make that up. The federal government actually did say that they were going to employ ad hoc staff to take the place of the resident doctors if they decide to go on strike. I remember it was on one of major bulletins of that day when the news broke. But apparently they've seen that, you see, it cannot work like that. No, there's no need. We need to sheath our swords and be able to, have a conversation. Anyway, the president of the Association of Resident Doctors, Dr. Emeka Oji, has told newsmen that the association decided to suspend the action for another 2 weeks. They're ready to give the government 2 weeks. Okay? They had started the strike, but they had to stop the entire process because they were able to reach some agreements with the government. They started on Wednesday, but on Friday, they were able to reach some sort of agreement with the federal government. But then again, the president of resident doctors, I'm talking about Dr. Emeka Oji, he stated that the doctors will meet again on the 2nd day of June this year. That's in what? 1 week? Well, just about, yeah. No, not up to 2 weeks. But 2nd of June, though, to review the progress that have been made with the agreement signed, after which the association will decide on their next line of action, whether or not they will go on the strike again. Right. What a time. Anyway, just to remind you why they are going on the strike in the first place. The doctors are demanding the payment of all salary arrears for their members. And they are also requesting or demanding the immediate upgrade of infrastructure in public hospitals. Have you been to some public hospitals in Nigeria? You would see why these resident doctors are going on strike. Some would say, "Oh, what happened?" Some people have grieved. No. There's a legit reason why the strike started in the first place. They had about enough. Salaries are not being paid. Arrears owed for months, and the structures in public hospitals. My God, it's just a horrible sight. It's like it's only people that have money that can go to hospitals now, because it's even just private hospitals that are at least what house I would say dama is that there's just some private hospitals that people can walk into and be able to be seen. But then again, we remember that we're always encouraged to patronize public hospitals. First, they are affordable. Secondly, we have experts in those places. This is not by any means to say that some private hospitals are not doing well. Nope, they're doing just as fine. But we know that very often these public hospitals are the ones that have most of the experts, especially the teaching hospitals, or I don't know. But somehow, here we are right now. Here we are going back and forth with the federal government, signing conversation. But again, hey, June 2 is just around the corner. Let's keep our fingers crossed and see how events pan out. Okay, Citizen FM 93.7. I do not know what is going on. The line is engaged, but it's not me. I did not pick any call. I don't know what's going on. All right, you can send me a WhatsApp message just in case you're trying to call me and I'm unable to pick your call. Send me a WhatsApp message again, and the number is 0818 22 22 205. Again, 0818 22 22 205. Yeah, that's the number you can send your WhatsApp messages to. I am worried about giving out the call numbers because even me, if I'm looking at it right now, I'm not understanding what I'm saying. I don't understand what I'm saying. All right, call me again, or call me if you can. You can be trying on your end, and you can also send. I think WhatsApp message will do it for us tonight. Okay, I have to take a break at this time. When I come back, more stories coming your way. So the UK. I've decided that foreign students, please don't bring your families over again. It's okay. Yeah. So for a very long time, Nigerians were migrating to the UK, going with their families, husband and wife. One will be the primary applicant and then another will be the dependent. You go there, your spouse is able to work, while you school and all of those. But now, with the new statistics on their table, they're saying it may not be a great idea. They may not be able to keep up. Stay with me. I'll be right back.
Citizen FM Abuja.
93.7. Stay with me. I'll be back top of the hour with the news.
Each girl's shape. Close your